The recent CITES ruling and virtually the banning of rosewood, how has that affected Washburn and the industry in general, and
Right.
what are your thought processes now?
Right. So CITES, the Convention for the International Trade of Endangered Species, and they protect things not only endangered woods like Brazilian rosewood is probably the most famous, but they protect Venus flytraps and ivory turtle shells. In principle, it's a great organization, but this inclusion of rosewood, Dalbergia, SSP, all subspecies, as well as 3 Bovingua species, has been a real unfortunate development. And the reason is there are rosewoods that should be protected in addition to Brazilian rosewood. For example, African blackwood, Honduran rosewood, Madagascar rosewood. These are endangered and overforested and should be protected, whether or not on CITES 2 or even Brazilian rosewood CITES 1. However, Dalbergia latifolia, which is commonly known as Indian rosewood or Indonesian rosewood, Sonokelen, 95 to 97% of all of these woods, Indian rosewood, that's used on entry-level guitars, affordable guitars, hand-built guitars, comes from plantation-grown rosewood in India and Indonesia. And it's primarily grown for shade, to grow other crops like tea and stuff. And as a hardwood, you know, they don't grow slowly. They're hardwoods. They grow. They take a long time to grow, and you have to plan them generationally. And as evidenced by the fact that you can get FSC, Forest Stewardship Council rosewood, CW, controlled wood certified, it's a sustainable resource. And it's unfortunate that now all these farmers that have done the right thing, and it's a great wood for guitars. Now, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. It's forced us and other brands, all other brands, to consider alternatives, whether or not they be Ovenkal as a fingerboard, or Palfero as a fingerboard or side and back, or ebony, be it African or Indonesian or Indian ebony, or others like walnut and teak and this and that. Having built guitars for a while, I have a lot of friends that are in the industry of selling wood, and I've frankly asked them, is there enough wood to service not only the needs of guitars, it's also high-end car dashboards, pens, furniture, elevator veneers. And all these guys are like, yeah, there's not enough of this alternative wood to supply the industry. So my fear is that we're going to have the overforestation of alternatives. But the reality is that it's no longer really functional for us as guitar builders to use this wood that is sustainable. We don't really use the African blackwoods and these kind of high-end premier woods. So it's going to ruin those forests, and it's going to force us to move to alternatives that we may find out are not that sustainable. And this is all the brands, from the very largest, most famous, to the very smallest.
Yeah.